the Jedi may be in the house. He might be invisible. He might be honing in to those, superpowers that allow you to really tap into the Jedi mind stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
that sounds totally reasonable. Morning, TC. So yeah. While we're waiting for hopefully Caue is all right and on his way. TC, let me know what you're grateful for. Jimmy, you too, please.
I'm grateful. That's tough. I'm actually pondering what I'm grateful for recently, and it's interesting because, like, I'm grateful for new beginnings and karma.
Okay. Like I gotta make my cool awesome sauce. Light coming in. Is that new?
What's that?
Yeah. It's getting busier on our grateful for rest. Love it.
And TC is in the house. Good to see you, TC. It's been too long. Good morning, Roger. The smell of spring. Sounds like a album for sure. Should be an album or an NFT series by Mitzi.
I'm grateful for MLB Star meetings at 6:30 a.m. for no particular reason. Awesome. Thanks, Ryder.
Hi, Orion Wax. Again, if you guys got gratitudes, toss them up. We're hoping that the Jedi will join us.
Right?
He might have got his EDT and EST confused because it is daylight savings time. You know what else I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for Tuesday's intro.
Welcome to Tech Talk on a Tuesday, where Corey and Jimmy talk to smart people about tech that is way above their head, but intensely informative, super fun. Sooner or later, somebody's going to make an inappropriate joke. We're definitely going to give away a bunch of NFTs. And quite frankly, we're just going to learn a whole ton. If you have any ideas about who we should have on Tech Talk on a Tuesday, please let us know by adding us in the comments or just finding us. Just stalk us down. It's fine. Just talk to us. Tech Talk on a Tuesday.
All right. Almost none of that is true. Except the last part.
What's that?
Corey and I were talking about this the other day. And we're going to reinvigorate this show. So seriously, it doesn't even have to be for Tech Talk. We want to broaden our scope. We want to get some of the top NFT creators, some of the top metaverse galleries, and some of the most talked about blockchain devs on the show from Wax, but also above and beyond. So if you guys know people or you're following NFT projects in other spaces on other blockchains, reach out to us or to them and get them on the show because we want to feature it. And the beautiful thing about this metaverse is it's going to grow. And there's galleries and picture installs and things all over that are going to promote people on various blockchains. And we're kind of at the forefront of, I think, expansion. And I think when we get there, just about everyone's going to be welcome.
About.
I have a blacklist of one, but that's. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think like a hardcore no assholes list should be on there.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited.
Right.
So.
All right. So, did you want to go over that?
Well, yeah, we
article you
will,
put?
and we could, and then, or we could just go there. I mean, I think
that's always a good idea.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, let's just go. Like the article is great. I'll drop the article in the comments. But I told Corey, I went to Uplift, and I went to first I did a post a couple of days ago on the Caue Hotel, which was kind of cool. I found it on the shop list. And if you go to the Caue Hotel, there's a little portal that goes to the Caue Aquarium. And I thought, well, this is cool. I'll go in and I'll check out the Caue Aquarium. Now, the Caue Aquarium is a portal hub and an aquarium, but it's essentially the Royal Gallery meets the Doors of Perception.
Shit.
It's flipping nuts. 1450 by 3000 in Uplift.
I might be able to go there through. I just came to Uplift, and somebody, enterprisingly enough, created a portal hub of their own right next to spawn.
Yeah, there's a few. There's like, Uplift and Londom are killing it with portal hubs right next to spawn. Like it's insane.
So look around here for a minute. These guys are not messing around. We need to get a portal in here. I got a piece of land on Uplift. Or 10.
I do too, but I haven't built anything either on those.
This is awesome.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
There you go. Right there. Caue Aquarium. Right. That's where you want to go.
For Flammo. All right, I will. Oh, sad as these. All right, cool. That's weird. I like it.
Yes, I'm gonna do a feature on that as well.
All portal inquiries. That's so smart. Good job.
Yeah, I mean,
Zombie farm.
The archery range is actually really cool too. These guys are portaling it up, seriously.
Oh, and they're just, you can go. Oh, you can bounce right to the. Oh, that's smart.
Hey, what's that?
I don't know.
That's the TARDIS.
It is the TARDIS. All right, well.
All right, well, yeah. Go check out the. Okay, now, seriously, like, I don't know where you're looking, but again,
I'm looking down just to the images.
It's the Doors of Perception.
Holy shit!
Like, yeah, and there's a whole portal hub in here of Chia Pet stuff, but like that's not even the half of it. This is like once you start going up the stairs and then into the water chambers and like.
Yeah, this is just like their portal hub. It looks like, hey.
Yeah, this is their portal hub. So they've got a cool hotel that we featured on the article site as well. And I'm working on something, new images that Corey's seen. But there's some, the Caue Aquarium was the first, by the way. And if you don't know who Chia Pet is, we also used his image for the post for the Nether. Now, I mean, I think you probably have similar shaders to mine. It might be optimized in the same way, but like just all of this glass and the reflections and the lights coming through. Yeah. It's pretty insane, but just wait till you get like upstairs a couple more levels and you start playing around with this is like, it's a screenshot, please. Like, that's pretty awesome with the sun coming up the tracks, right? And like again, the photos are cool, but like you can't replicate that refractive reflective light. Now this is cool. Right. You can come here and you can drop off fish. You can throw them down the hole and then they'll put them somewhere in the aquarium. Adorable. Which is just awesome, really. So
That's awesome.
Right? It's a great little
That's
aquarium.
adorable.
And it's like, yeah.
Turtles.
Like all the sea lanterns and the way that the lights reflect. I spent a weird night in Laos. I went to a cafe. If you've ever been to Laos, you know what that entails. And then I went to a bar, and then I came home and I tried to take photos in the dark. And I had an old camera, and I didn't have a tripod, and it kept moving. And when I got home and I developed those photos, there were spaceships landing on Mars. There were weird lights. There were ghost faces and zombies in the night and angels with wings because, the movement of the camera did something bizarre to the light. And that's kind of what I felt like when I was in here, taking all of these photos. Now, this is the aquarium, which is pretty cool. I mean, the whole point of this build is the aquarium, but by far, it's not the coolest part. I'm just going to say that.
Where do I go?
In one of those doors, and then flip and swim around because shit gets weird. Like, go all the way to the top, go all the way to the bottom. Like, there's some
Am I gonna die?
I think you might be okay because you're wearing a turtle head, right?
I am?
Sure, why not?
I don't think I am. I'm gonna die, dude.
Well, then get out before you die.
I don't know. I'm trying to get out the door. I don't know how.
Yeah. So my one recommendation here,
this is the open door, and it won't let me go there. Oh,
there you go. Right. So my one recommendation is my one recommendation to Chia Pet is to put a bed here so people can spawn with a little sign that says, spawn away when you die, because like swimming around in there, and the photos that I got were like pretty flipping awesome. Hey, Orion Wax, it seems like you're new to the community, so thanks for joining us, and I'm really happy that you're here. And shout us out in your builds, and we're more than happy to cover them on this blog or on the site. And bring your friends, because fuck, the Uplift would freaking suck without friends.
Right?
Yeah.
So my oxygen isn't going down.
There's a reason for that, but let's not tell the lay people.
What is the reason?
The reason is we have powers.
I don't have powers in Uplift.
I've got a few, not all of them.
Yeah, I don't have any in Uplift.
Oh, maybe because you were know why oxygen wasn't going down is because you were above the bubbles.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah, Ryan's been here since day one.
Okay, so I didn't know that. Is
there another name that we might know you by, or you're
just starting to build this week? So thanks.
That's cool.
Maybe you're building something new.
Either way,
right? It's cool though. It's a cool little gallery, right?
It's fun.
I'm a big fan.
Very cool.
Yeah, if you have a build, Orion Wax, drop the coordinates and we can maybe go visit. So what you're saying is you're a secret agent spy type of character. Great.
That's what's happening. I knew it.
Like it. This is like, but like, look at this. This is amazing.
Just visually.
Right? Yeah. Like it. There's just something about the reflective light. So hey, Mello, good morning. We need to have a conversation, Mello, because there's some cool things happening in the backwoods that you're involved in that I need to get caught up on.
Chia gallery. Let's go there since we're doing this Chia thing.
Yeah,
these portal hubs are. Blink.
Remind me before we sign off. We're gonna have to watch one of those old retro Chia Pet commercials. Because his name is Chia Pet in the Discord, so shout him out.
These are all reserved. They haven't. That's awesome. Pretty still.
It looks like they're still
righteous. They're first floor ones are reserved. What are you gonna do? Boink.
We should go and check out Sadisti's one. I think there's a portal here for that as well.
I saw. Back to the hub and get it there. Oh yeah, right there. Boink.
Yeah, because I was in here the other day and it's pretty cool. This little rainbow floor. And for those of you that don't know, the first time I was ever in the Uplift, in the Uplift, we checked out an underwater aquarium that Corey and Greg built, and he,
that was all Greg for the record.
So it sold me on the idea of doing it on the show kind of before the metaverse was really the metaverse. I mean, Dr. Wayne was still going west. I mean, following the coastline. A bunch of other, people were in here doing gratitude ceremonies and stuff like that. The first time I actually ever did anything in the Uplift was one action. I tried to put a sign up in the cathedral. I broke the box and I got bans. So just shout out to all of you people who are true Minecrafters. Now, I happen to have a little bit of secret information for you all today.
Oh my!
One of our community members has decided to actually be quite generous, throw some land and a bunch of Upliftium NFTs into a contest that he's putting together. And the contest is essentially going to be for people to learn how to Minecraft. So it's going to be kind of like a tutorial video type of contest. The submission window will last for about 15 days. And he's basically throwing in all the prizes himself as a community member. That's flipping awesome. I love it. And I think I'm going to throw in some as well from my own stash. There was a pun there, and Corey didn't even know because I didn't tell you who it was. It was Listash. But yeah, from my own stash, I'm going to throw in some as well. And I think we want to open this up to other community members. It's pretty much primarily going to be in English, and we might give away some honorable mention rewards and minors and stuff like that. But if there are any of you out there in the community that might like to help judge or might like to throw in some rewards, we want to do that. So get in touch and maybe we can hook you in because I'm pretty excited about what content could come out.
Right. Rocket. What? I mean, I have to go there. Sorry.
If you can't find your land, I'm more than happy to guide you, and I suck at guiding, so maybe find somebody better. But yeah, if you can't find your land,
yeah, the best thing to do is just use world maps and just incorporate that into your journey.
Yeah. So, but seriously, like if you're new to Minecraft and you can't find your land, I'm more than if you catch me online, I'm more than happy to. Wow.
Whoa.
That was quick. I'm more than happy to guide you. I did it for a few other community members. It was really hard because I had to keep throwing them bread and they kept getting lost. But, we'll get you there. We'll get a bed set up so that when you die, if you're in a survival world, then at least you're there, right?
I'm like in water right now. It's very scary. Boink.
Where are you? Is this the rocket?
I'm in the rocket, yeah. Oh, there we go. I'm not dead.
And we're still in Uplift. We never
captured Martian spy. Yeah, we're still in Uplift.
That's cool.
Wow. Man, I want to see the outside of this so bad, but any water down there?
I don't know. Like that's a leap of faith if I ever saw one. I have a massive leap of faith on one of our plots with the
oh shit. And we're dead.
Did you jump?
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
Nice. Ah, that's a cool moon. So yeah, well, Corey's wandering around. We can go over a couple other things that are happening. I'm excited. We're gonna have Darren from Graffiti Kings on the show on Friday.
That's cool.
He's gonna go over some stuff that he's been putting out. If you caught our show last night, you'll notice that we were talking about him a little bit because he created the design for Michael for the EOS USA, which is pretty cool. The Nether.
Yeah, it's like permanent links to the Nether. Holy shiza. Bucket of tropical fish.
Hey, I know where you are. I use this for cover image once. This is a great little.
Yeah, this is like an Uber shop. Mackerel.
Also, again, if you guys are out there and you have plots and you want to put something on where we find all the alpha.com, please do. And if you have a plot and you're not a writer, but you have a photo or two and a small descriptor, definitely head on over to the shop list because they're putting together this great list of amazing shops.
Iron Golem, what's up? Cool.
If you guys have any questions too in the comments, please drop them in.
Boink. Oh, shit.
Wow, that was
yeah, lucky.
No,
Thank you for putting that giant pool of water there.
Yeah, well, probably by design, but that was pretty cool,
right?
Actually.
Sorry, I did not mean to be in your secret stash area. Anyway,
Mello, if you're still in the comments, what are you building? Shout it out. Let's go check it out.
Well, I'm glad I stopped by Uplift today. There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, I would say so too. Uplift is pretty. So those guys have been rocking it, really. It's still to this day, it's one of the busiest maps.
Right.
I think too, as well. Reward season 1. Reward season 5. Are we on 5?
Yes, we're on 5.
Reward season 5 started today.
Yep.
And there's actually some added blue incentives.
Yes.
That was donated.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, because I mean, we're gonna have it's gonna be a lot less wax, right? Because we're moving to only using the amount that we can claim every week for staking all of it. So the amount of wax that we have is never going to go down, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so we put in a bunch of blue as well, just so that we can kind of do that. And I think send out a signal too, like for other projects if they want to be part of this and get mentioned over and over and over and over again on this show and elsewhere as having sponsored some stuff. Then we can kind of open that up so that I don't know, maybe Nefty will. Hey, what's
Who's
up?
that?
I don't know.
Is that viral
IRL news? What's up?
Nice.
Cool.
Lead the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, some interesting things in the works for BluDAC as well. Some updates. Again, if you go over there, you can stake a bunch of different tokens. There was an update, I think, last week that Corey you did with Bad Gifter and Bullshipples.
Yeah, I love those guys.
On the revamp of the site.
Excuse me. Yeah, there's tons going on that side. Slowly, because the main focus is obviously Uplift. So for me, anyway. Yep.
Well, what else you got? Any other updates?
I mean, the just for anyone that wants to know, like the contract stuff with Legend, it's kind of doing lawyer stuff. back and forth. Super exciting. Like it's
Yeah,
all
lawyer
positive.
stuff takes forever, right?
It's I mean, it's moving. I think towards the end of the month is when we should have it all squared away, and it'll be good. Just end this chapter and get on to the next one, which I think is going to be just bonkers level exciting. It's going to be good. And if you can get down to Miami for the 5th and 6th of April, I'm going to be speaking at Shitcoin. Even more importantly, freaking everybody else we know and love is going to be speaking at Shitcoin. MTC is going to be there. Miguel's going to be there. Ken BluDAC obviously is going to be there. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. They have Tone Vase, the Bitcoin maximalist, speaking at Shitcoin. I don't understand that. Why he would want to come to a place where he's just going to get jeered at, unless maybe that's his jam. Anyway.
I wonder, like, I haven't heard from him in a long time. And so Tone Vase was one of the people that I used to follow when I got back in early in the space. And he was one of those traders who, I might be wrong about this, but I'm usually not. He was one of those traders who kind of put his mouth where his money was, and he actually was showing his trades online. But then once Bitcoin kind of like took off in 2017, for that massive bull run, he just started giving advice and he wasn't verifying any of his trades, and he took a little bit of shit for that. So it'd be interesting to see where he is now, because honestly, like, I haven't heard from him online for a long time.
Yeah, I stopped following him on Twitter because it's just like Bitcoin is the only thing ever. Anyone who doesn't think that is an idiot. I'm like, well, you're not useful. Like that's like having a fanboy of DOS, 10 years after people stopped knowing what DOS was, right? Like it's not quite that bad, but like we get it. It's a big brand, right? More countries are taking it on, but it's not like I've seen a bunch of articles of countries taking it on as legal tender, but it's not taking Bitcoin on as legal tender. It's taking Bitcoin and crypto on as legal tender. It's all of them, right? So again, amazing as a brand, amazing as a gateway drug technology. I mean, not as decentralized as everyone would like us to believe. Whatever.
Well, still, I've been pondering an article recently, and fair enough. Not as decentralized as everyone would like us to believe, but definitely decentralized from where I'm standing. Anyway.
Well, I mean, but it's not though. Like, here's the thing.
No, but my situation. Definitely decentralized from where I'm standing.
Oh, yeah.
your Bitcoin's not going to be locked in your account without.
But they could though. This is what people don't understand. The only reason why people think that Bitcoin is decentralized is because the people that are controlling the code base want you to make sure you keep thinking that. Right. They can absolutely do this. They aren't right now, but they absolutely could.
But there are protocols where, like, for example, EOS is great, right? Like EOS is EOS in that sense. Yeah. They need 15 out of 21 block producers.
And it's all out in the open, right? As opposed to doing it. Yeah. I mean, I think in the background, the ability to, and what we're talking about is being able to roll back, transactions in crypto or whatever, right? It's not an easy thing to do in any way, shape, or form. It's kind of the whole point. But in EOS, it is possible for you to change the state of the entire network, but it requires all of a strong percentage of the block producers to do that, right? With Bitcoin, it's basically just, it kind of forks, and it's happened many times in the past, right? So if you control 51% of the mining, and there are 3 companies that are all owned by each other that do. Right, you could do anything with it, but the brand of Bitcoin is so ultrally important. Ultrally, that's not even a word. They can't do it because that's sort of the core tenet of the brand, even though they absolutely could.
Yeah, well, Ryan Max, you're right. Like the ETH rolled back, and that's the whole reason that Ethereum is what it is today. Because before that, it was Ethereum Classic, right? I mean,
yep.
So, and Corey and I were talking about this the other day. So welcome to where are all those forks now? We rant and rave about the shit that came out of Bitcoin that no one cares about. How are you, Mr. Jedi Knight, sir? I think we were talking about this earlier on the show, and maybe you got confused with the EDT and the EST.
I did, yeah. I was actually thinking it was going to be still in another half an hour. Sometimes I look at the time here, and parts of the year is it's like 12 hours exactly difference, and sometimes it's 13 hours, or it changes a little bit, and then every time there's a change in one of the places, then I get confused.
I mean, every time my eyes move direction, I get confused. So you're one step ahead of me there, buddy. Caue Motta is one of my favorite people. Not only in
one of mine
in Asia, but on the planet. If you don't know who he is, well, then minus 100 million points to you.
That's not how it works, though. They could not know.
So
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you wrote a great article, which I'm going to drop in the comments. That is kind of interesting. It was called "The Uplift World for Minecrafters and No Coiners," and basically you went through a lot of the vision and community aspects and DAO aspects of what we're here building. So definitely go and read that. But give it for people who don't know, who are you and why are you here?
Yeah. What? Who are you?
I was hanging out on Telegram, and then I got this Jimmy D guy just dropping me a link and saying, "Hey, just come join the stream if you're, doing nothing." And then I just did, and here I am. Now, I've been with the Uplift from the start. I mean, not before the conception, the ideation of the whole thing, but yeah, just definitely before the servers were live and everything. And it was very fortunate that I was there at that time. And I think it's been a long journey, but it's been a very fun one. And I'm very glad that I'm still around and that I will be around for another little bit if you guys will continue to stand me.
I mean, like, co-founding team member of Uplift 2.0. I mean, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, that sounds fancy, and I'm honored to be.
Deserved. So deserved. Yeah, well, you're talking about, like, we're gonna have you're gonna be running up the events community, right? And because we want to make sure we're doing event servers all the time, have those available. It's going to allow us to scale the number of people that can experience the uplift very, very quickly. And we're talking about in our team chat about whether to create a standalone thing. That's an interesting conversation. I was skimming through it this morning, and part of me is like, so if we did it, we're just gonna have an office meeting in public. This is what we do. Well, tell me, like, what made you think, like, hey, maybe I should do this separately? Because I'm super sympathetic to the idea, because I think it spawns off a bunch of interesting possibilities. But what brought that up for you?
Yeah, so just to update as well, right? Like to whoever's listening. What I did is we spoke, like Corey was looking, for expanding the stuff already. We already have a committee in the DAO for events and focus on I think we call it the party planning committee in the Discord. But then, Corey was like, yeah, I was talking to Jimmy and we both had these crazy ideas about events specifically. And, we from the team, like, haven't actually all decided exactly which areas we're going to cover moving to the DAO. We already know what we're good at and what we do. But, certainly as with any startup, we all kind of multitask a lot, and we could be involved in many committees and many different things. And then one thing that does interest me and that I kind of said to Corey in the group chat that I would probably be keen and interested in doing was to chair the events committee, which is, something that I've just dabbled with the end event, and I've been around the community basically for a long time, and I've done that kind of stuff offline as well in real life before, and I think it's pretty cool. And then with that whole idea, I kind of just went ahead because I'm just anxious about stuff, and I just I'll just like spin off this events website and see how it could look, right, for us to have a platform for people to advertise. And it would be a curated platform, right? It wouldn't be just anyone can post anything. It would always go through review, right? I imagine. I think it kind of would have to be. And then what I thought was, excuse me, what if I started doing something like that already, even before we have a final product, right? Because we even though I've been involved like in the end event and I've been around community, I haven't actually been running events in the metaverse, and that's not something that I do for a living. And it would be nice to be acquainted with everything that's involved and start getting more actual hands-on practice with what everything that could be involved, everyone that is interested in it as well, like getting to know more people that are already interested in events and that are already running events, because I know of quite a few community members that do it, even on the regular. But it would be nice, like I was always just, an enthusiastic person around, like as a member of the community, to go and join the event sometimes and all, but I haven't actually dealt with the organization side of things and, potentially helping out with more complex stuff, such as spinning up new servers for people who actually want to do a specific server for an event and all that. So the idea was basically that, like, if I spin up a platform now and I start running it somehow, I would get good practice and I would be around the people who are actually already interested in that. And I could start thinking about who to recruit to this, who would be volunteering to join and everything. I just thought it would be like kind of a way to bootstrap the committee for the events. And that was the idea behind it.
And he's not bad at it. I mean, if you caught our show last week where we went into the Nether, he did a great job. He led a camel through the desert to the oasis of water, and then he watched that camel get slaughtered when he summoned the dragon.
Oh, that's sad. I was just gonna ask if it had a name. Because, like, were you going through the desert on a horse with no name?
No. No, it was good though. Like I think I like this. Like, so I saw it firsthand in action actually, when we jumped online.
Yeah,
to do.
I actually forgot to show on the day that we did that. I forgot to show I told you about the overlay that I had put together for the event and everything. And on the being nervous on the thing, I just showed my screen. I didn't actually show you. So
hey, wait! The whole reason we did the stream that way with my face not on it was so that you could show the overlay. You didn't even do it.
I know, and I didn't do it. So I'll show you right now. Like, this is what it should look like. Like, this is Minecraft, and then I would have, for example, Minecraft on.
This is hilarious.
And I would have something like this. Where is it? Here.
How do you do that?
So then you could have like that end event kind of thing around and just stream like in a fun way, more like
wow, that's really cool.
That's really awesome.
Yeah,
fuck do you do that?
Yeah,
that's it's a streaming open source product that's called OBS, and then you can just use that as your webcam, and then you just create crazy stuff around it.
That's cool. I used to use OBS back in the day. I haven't touched it in a while.
It is old school, but it's been
updated a lot. Hey, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right,
got a lot of cool
stuff. OBS for the win.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think stuff like that will be fun as well to experiment with, for sure. Like, more streams when events are live, and making sure that everyone who wants to be part of this streaming community as well, or events community, all the partners who are spinning up new servers, they can come into the stream. All that should be part of it, man.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds fun.
I mean, speaking of business meetings out in the open, so if you go to the YouTube and you look at the cover image for this, I got an interesting message from Caue a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Hey, I'm putting together this article, and I have these images, and I want to doctor them a little bit. I want to come in with like some cool things, and I want to." You missed the first part of the show, but Corey and I went through the Caue Aquarium, and I was in there and I was taking photos, and those kind of AI photo generation things, they kind of remind me of that a little bit. And yours do as well. And I'm thinking, like, I actually want to release a series of in-world non-AI doctored non-Minecraft photos. And I'll show you what I mean, actually, because we never did this. Corey went and he wandered around there. But like, yeah, that photo that you did for the cover image was really actually quite amazing.
Yeah, that was actually taken on top of my floating aquarium in Chicken Caue.
You right? Yeah, you created that. And here we go. This one. So I was doing this, and I told Corey earlier, it reminds me of the cross between the Royal Gallery and the Doors of Perception. And like I said, like none of these are doctored. Like none of them are doctored. And it was insane just swimming around where Corey was, you know, running out of bubbles with the reflections and the light and stuff like that. So I think like, yeah, these are like, there was some weird, like the misshapen doors.
Yeah, I get it. Especially when you use a shader and you've got like the water doing that effect, right? Like the.
All right.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I want to actually do, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I actually want to do this might be fun too. Like I want to do a Uplift World photo contest. Maybe
that
where
sounds fun.
Maybe where we take the photos and we judge them, and the top 10 we make into promotional NFTs that we sell, like the really low numbers of them, and even sell them on Ethereum, maybe for big money. And we split the profits 50-50 for the people who are taking them. And I think like incentives like this would be really cool. Because like, can you, like, this doesn't look like the Uplift World at all. And this looks like, to me, some of these look like, you can obviously tell that I think I'm going to win this photo contest, but but like these are like, they almost look like they're AI generated, right? Like some of these photos that we see in the world, and it's amazing.
Yeah, like abstract art, right?
Yeah.
Right. The way that the metaverse is able to play with the night and day, play with the moon, play with the sun, play with the water, play with the refraction, play with the reflection. There's some really cool immersive experiences that people can have in there. And I think it just goes to show you. So, yeah, if you've got a stash of those photos, A, hit me up because I want to put them on the blog. And B, I don't know, like, I think that we should be doing something like that is community centric, that just makes this all a shit ton of money.
That sounds fun. I feel deeply threatened with a good time.
Right. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I like that too. I think there's already a lot of people. I'm pretty sure there's already a lot of people actually taking photos, you know, screenshots around the Uplift for many reasons, and then just keeping them. So it's just a matter of really reaching out to these people, like reaching their attention, and they'll be keen, I think, to share some of those. There should be a lot of those.
Well, and if you want to put them on the blog as well, go right ahead, hit us up, and we'll put them out there on where we had all the alpha.com.
Yeah. Do you have a blog submission form, Jimmy?
We probably should put one together. We don't.
Yeah, you know, like the questions that that Jen put up. She's doing this thing where she's kind of doing profiles on all the co-founding team. You know, which it's funny. Like the same day, some bigwigs were asking me, if those existed, and I'm like, not right now. And Jen was like, yeah, hold my beer before I even talked to her, which is awesome. But like having, a bunch of sort of questions that we would frequently ask, like ways to dig into a project, throw up 10 to 20 different questions, just like do exactly what Jen did, like just fill out whichever ones you want to answer, and add in images or whatever, and basically people are writing their own stuff, then you just have to collate it, throw it in there.
Yeah, so if you go back to the early versions of what was on the site, we had the Uplifters lens, we had hashtag shameless plug with uplifting relevance. Those ones actually did have a carbon form, which is interesting. If I go back and I look at them now, because they're questions and answers and shit, but we kind of got away from it. Yeah, we could probably bring those back. There is an article about it that still links to those.
Okay.
But
Yeah, there's so many things out there, and if it encouraged or made it easier for people to create content, and then we post it in places where people could see it and find it easily, link back to it. I think it's just sort of value add for everybody.
Yeah,
there was an
100%.
there was an Uplift Amazing Race, and like another idea for a great event that like maybe we should put together as well. Just coming to me now is like maybe we should just give people a time limit of an hour, and it's like you show up in one of 5 locations and you just jump through portal to portal to portal to portal and you stream the whole event. And then we give out prizes for like, the most incredible journey of Bill and Ted or something like that, right? Because like even Corey today, what Corey did earlier on the first half hour of the stream was brilliant. I mean, we saw the TARDIS, we saw lava flows, we almost died in bubbly chia pet water, right? Like it'd just be really interesting. It kind of reminds me of those old I quit my job. I'm kind of sad, but I'm no longer a librarian. But it kind of reminds me of those old like choose your own adventure books, right? And that's essentially what a portal hub is. And the only rule is you can't go back through the same portal that you came. Remember the Fluffy Dog show where you could, or Quantum Leap, where you just like we could have events like this that would be really flippin' entertaining, and we could live stream them all onto our YouTube or write blogs about them all. I mean, there's another level, but you're thinking about it now, and you're like, oh, I don't want to organize it, but I think I'd watch them all, right?
I mean, I think you're insane, but you're the best possible kind of insane.
Absolutely, I completely agree. I mean, I've been jumping on all portals like for multiple worlds lately because I'm building some stuff in I've got my ranch, which is like kind of my home in Chicken Cobb, but now I've got another 3 plots of rail that I acquired next to each other, and I'm building like this massive build, which is still just like a cobblestone skeleton at this point. But I've been gathering a lot of resources, and because of that, I just like been exploring even more, finding shops that are not even on the portals or everything. And there's so much to see, right? Like it's crazy. We already knew there was a lot to see in the beginning. Like a year ago, there was already a lot of stuff because the community partners were developing. Right. It's insane. Like there isn't enough time to see everything, literally. And that's why I've already told Jimmy that. But I think like what he does, and of course, like everyone, but what he does in terms of, sharing this and actually documenting everything that's happening in written format and with images and everything, that's invaluable, because that's how the people from outside come and see what we're all about and see what's going on and everything that's happening in the metaverse, right?
By the way, I got a new job for you. I told Corey about it earlier, but I might need some help, so I'll hit you up tomorrow.
Okay.
Really cool idea.
Sure.
Yeah. Corey shared it earlier, and then he deleted the tweet. I'm kind of sad. He listens to me, so that's nice.
I thought I wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing or trying to do the right thing. Oh my god!
What are we doing, Corey? Tell them. I think it's pretty cool. What did you delete? I think you
I don't know what I deleted, dude. You just said delete some stuff. I'm like, oh.
I didn't say to delete it. I just said so we're creating.
So basically, you're looking at and I don't know where. I don't know any of the details. So for me talking about this is completely absurd. But there's a bunch of different ways now that and we just did the Digicon thing, which was a lot of fun, right? Like big kind of digital event or whatever. They have proximity audio, they have video, they have kind of the stuff that core Uplift right now doesn't have. Anyway, so we were talking about like building a gallery in another metaverse and doing tours there, right? Instead of doing Twitter Spaces, which I think we should kind of do anyway, we can kind of host our own events outside. And I'm a strong believer in, no matter what, the Uplift should have embassies in every other major metaverse that ever exists, right? I think creating that network effect is a huge part of what we do. But just having like a bunch of galleries. Now, granted, the thing that, and we've talked about this a million times, and I can't wait for this to be a reality. The Genesis spawn, as an example, it's a big building, right? It's like Nakamoto Tower or whatever, from Die Hard. I don't know why I always think of that, but every single time that's exactly what I think about. But it should just be all articles of builds. Picture QR code that goes out to the articles that we've done on all the builds in Genesis and the major projects that have a presence there, whatnot. And then just having galleries in other places that have the same kind of thing. So I think it's I don't know. I think it's kind of genius. And honestly, like Jimmy, like I'm even thinking like underneath Gratitude Tower, having all of the posters in, and even incorporating that maybe into the NFT line that we're going to start for the show at some point here in the next little bit. I think there's a huge opportunity to kind of do some stuff underground for there too. And I just would assume that the blog would be good, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
now I'm spitballing.
No. So you explain some. Doesn't work. My preview doesn't work. Anyway, you explained some really interesting things, but the idea was that we create a gallery in another metaverse potentially with a QR code that links back to our website, and then people can go in and they can see what we scrolled through earlier. For example, the Caue aquarium, and then. That links directly to our site where they could actually come in and have the full immersive experience. And I think that's a really interesting way to go because there's a couple major hurdles that are always going to be part of the Uplift. Not always, but definitely for the near future. And that's that people need to actually purchase a Minecraft Java account for right now. I mean, there might be a way around that in the future, but there's no promises and we don't know when. So the fact that, we can potentially have an experience that will bring people to the point of, because like how many people, myself included, going back to the early days of the show, Corey, when you're just like, hey, yeah, like, let's do this thing with Minecraft and we'll go and like, we'll just put up gratitudes in this thing that like me and my friends have built. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like we're trying to be like a serious crypto business show here, man. Like you're like, just give me a month and we'll do it. Like I was sold in 3 days, right? Like the minute that we were in there, that we were walking around.
You have to experience it. No,
right. And so this is in my personal opinion, this is our biggest hurdle is to get people who aren't gamers to actually come in and do it. And I think Corey did a really good job because this is all him on the early episodes when we were spinning up Genesis and gratitude. If you go way back in the day, where every single person that we brought on, they went to the cathedral, and then they went to Uplifters Tower, and they put their gratitudes up, and we got that 5-minute walkthrough, and people loved it, right? Like and people who had never played Minecraft, companies, corporations, projects who had never played Minecraft before, they were like, oh yeah, like we definitely want a plot, like we want a community plot. How do we get one of those? How do we get in the game? How do we do it, right? And I think this is alpha on steroids, really, and it can be done, but we need to be able to show people on other blockchains where to go and why it's important, and the immersive experience that can be had in Minecraft through the Uplift World. I'm done right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, feel super thrown with a good time. And I think this is I mean, the story for how once we get this, it's been frustrating as hell, feeling kind of like we're in a holding pattern, right? Like we're doing a lot of stuff. I just personally feel that way, and I don't know anything about Sandbox. I know it exists and it's pretty big.
Yeah, and so Mundo Crypto, we need to get you on the show because like I know you do your own show. I've tuned in a couple of times. I know you stream stuff from the Uplift, so thank you for that. I know you're quite active. And B, this is interesting to me because this is something that I was talking about earlier today, actually. So a lot of people here in the comments. So I'm excited. Caue, what do you think?
No, I was just gonna say I think this show moving forward this year, targeting like 50 projects each on 5 to 7 different blockchains that we demo. Basically, like just that's 50 communities from places that aren't Wax, right? Because we have a lot of crossover on Wax. I think we still have there's still people on Wax that don't know who we are, right? So we still have a lot of work to do there. So that's going to be fun too. But yeah, I think like increasing the number of people that are, focused on, attached to, really excited about the Uplift space, and increasing the amount of land buy 10%, is it's a 1,000x increase. Anyway, so carry on.
Smaller servers, different blockchains, all connected to the same base layer of Minecraft, where people are able to jump through hoops and display their NFTs with QR codes, which is already happening in the Uplift World, in galleries, are able to create events. All of this is, in some sense, already happening with what we do on Wax, but there's a lot of projects, the Rocket Gallery, for example, who are bringing in Ethereum-based NFT creators that are displayed in the Uplift. What happens when that crosses over to 5 or 6 or 7 different blockchains? And I think that that's really exciting. Yeah. And the potential, again, for us or any other project to release their NFTs in a gallery in the Uplift World is pretty exciting. And going back to what Corey was saying before, one of those the Uplift World builders articles that we did would offer projects or people a chance to feature what they do beyond the Uplift World. And we're all about that. We want to uplift people. We want to promote them. If you've got a build that's showcasing other artists, if you've got a build that you're streaming from, if you've got a build that you're doing things in the crypto space, or a project that you're doing things in the crypto space that build is promoting, we will hit up every single freaking link that you guys got, and we will drop it on where we had the alpha.com, and we will push it to the high moon because that's what we want to do.
We push things to the high moon, not the low moon. The high moon.
Just a really high one.
The highest moon.
The highest moon there is.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So carry on.
Yeah, that's I'm all for that. I think that's the beauty of it. I think we're all, everyone from the team, and definitely, if not everyone, most of the people from the community are really keen to see this happen as well. This integration. I don't think it is or ever will be about being trying to bring competition or just beat the competition, like be better than competition, because there will always be bigger and more competition with companies backing it up with more money. Like, you're gonna go head to head with Facebook, metaverse, whatever. That's not the point, right? The point is that we don't need to be the biggest or the richest or anything. It's just as long as we're community focused and we want everyone to win and we want everyone to participate, and we're team players and everything, I think that we're gonna thrive, right? Like, it's gonna happen. That's the way to go.
Yep. I totally agree.
NFTs, art galleries, experiences, events. You guys got anything to leave us with?
I like turtles.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Come join us. We're not really sure what's going to happen, but this is going to happen right now anyway.